This episode contains sensitive topics. Discretion is advised.
Welcome in, folks. Everybody take a seat and prepare to enjoy the show. I'm your host today, Puce. With me, as always, is Suna.
Hello.
And today we have another artist in the lounge. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello. People call me Snoodle Arts on Twitter. My friends call me Juju. You guys can also call me that. I am a size expansion fetish artist on Twitter, or as people call X.
No one calls it X.
No, we absolutely do not. Just, God, no.
All right. So, you are a size expansion artist, you said?
Correct.
Do you specialize in any sort of specific growth or expansion, or is it just
Mostly boob and butt.
I was gonna say across the board. I've seen pretty much everywhere, but you do seem to do a little bit of everything from what I've seen.
There is a little bit of everything I try and do. I've done. There's a bit of fatty I've done before, but that was for like a friend.
Okay. So, where's the lore begin for Snoodle? How do you start with all this NSFW art?
How I started with NSFW in general, I don't actually remember quite right. It was probably back in like 2016 or 17, believe it or not, before I was even an adult. Like right now, I'm 22. So I probably started this shit when I was like 18. No, like 15 or 16.
Well, we've all got
So
our shitty
young.
past.
Yeah.
You're so young.
Very young. Jesus Christ.
So where did you start with? Did you draw just like naked women and naked men and be like, that's great, or were you already into size and expansion stuff?
Pretty much I just started with the vanilla basics. And I was in a very much cartoon style back then, not anime. The anime style came later on.
Really?
Yeah.
So, what I seem to notice from... Well, fuck, you're like 8 years old, younger than us. So, most of my friends and people I've talked to are like, yeah, I was doing anime bullshits in like middle school and high school. I mean, you're kind of the same because you're young, but like, you said you started off with cartoony stuff, and I'm like, huh.
Yeah, because I didn't draw anime yet.
I don't think I've ever heard that before. Now I feel old and wrong.
What the fuck? You can't be serious.
I'm very serious.
Soon as an old
Oh my
man,
god.
don't worry about it.
It's tough being the smart one.
Yeah, it's easy being the dumb one.
Fuck
Oh
you.
my lord. As for how I got into the actual expansion category, I blame my friend Yamix. It is 100% entirely his fault. When he got a Neptunia fan comic from an artist known as Escape from Expansion, it just triggered something in me. And that trigger has been active ever since.
So is that
Do you
shortly
remember-
after you started drawing?
Wait. Hold on. I have a question. Do you remember what character it was?
Marvelous AQL, that's absolutely 100% for certain. There are a few others in there as well, namely Plutia, 5PB, and Falcom. They were the characters of his choice.
Okay. I understand a little bit.
Plut's actually my favorite Nep character. It's just so adorable.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about. I'm glad Suna is making connections, though.
How do I describe this as succinctly as possible? So basically a bunch of old consoles got turned into cute anime girls because Japan, and now they just do stuff because Japan. And because Japan, they're like, what if we made RPGs and other game genres? And there you go.
Yep.
Oh, so this is like
Yeah,
the
pretty much.
countries are people thing, but video game.
We don't talk about
consoles?
Italia. We do not speak of Italia.
Pretty much. Okay, I don't really get that one. But
Hate Italia.
Suna's a special guy. He's got his taste.
Special
no, but I
guy.
watch anime and you don't. Oh no.
I read manga and you don't. Oh no.
I do, nigga. I own more manga than you.
Do you?
Yes, we've been over this.
I don't remember, but I'll take your word for it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we fight a lot. It's normal.
You better leave that in the podcast.
Oh, we always do.
We don't want good. We don't want anything getting cut out. I don't care if it's on topic or off topic. Everything we say is comedy gold, and it must stay that way.
I'm glad somebody thinks that.
You don't have to deal with it every day.
All right. So your friend introduced you to expansion size content in general,
Correct.
and that's where you started drawing that stuff.
I didn't start drawing until a little bit after that comic was published.
Okay.
Like, I got a lot of sneak peeks in it because we were still buds at the time. But, like, later on, it turned to actual friend territory.
So when you're drawing your stuff, do you have an artist that you kind of draw inspiration from, or are you more just kind of drawing whatever comes to mind, however you feel like it?
Quite a few, actually. It also depends on what I'm drawing, but there are actually quite a few I use for reference and inspiration.
Any that you care to mention on the show?
There are a few that I want to bring up, namely, they call him Cake, surprisingly.
We love Cake.
Yeah,
We
Cake
love
is
Cake
absolutely,
around.
absolutely,
a dream line
absolutely.
we hope to have on eventually. So
Ooh, let's see if that happens. There's Sakana no Tenchi. You ever heard of them?
I have not.
They've also done hyper expansion content. There's Spiraling Staircase, similar case, and then there's Oddly Bally.
I feel like I've heard of Spiraling Staircase, but
Yeah, probably. Now, Oddly is a very special case because this one's actually my friend.
that's fair.
It is quite the fair case. Like most of my inspiration comes from her these days, which is indeed pretty nice.
Okay. So
Must be nice having friends.
some of us are more lucky than others, Suna. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, my girlfriend knows I draw this shit, and she's perfectly okay with it.
I was just about to get into that stuff. So in our messages, you did spoil some questions I was gonna ask. But it sounds like you've got a girlfriend, and she knows you draw
Yep.
this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Has she ever shared your opinion on this stuff with you?
Her opinion on it? She doesn't really want to judge it, but she's just like, holy shit. But then at the same time, she did say she was part of the furry fandom.
I was like, "Oh, you're dating a normie." And then you said that. I was like, "All right, never mind.
We are both the absolute opposite of normal.
Well, at least that means you'll get along.
True. Like, if you asked us to be normal, we would rather go to jail.
That's an interesting response for sure.
Yeah.
So we've had quite a variety of artists on the show. Some dudes commissions and some don't do commissions. Where are you on that scale?
Oh, I am always trying to take commissions. Like, I need to save up for college. I'm trying to save up for my own little expenses and crap like that.
So do you make enough off your commissions to for this to be a full-time job, or is this more of a hobby on the side?
God, no, not even close. It's stuck in hobby territory. I wish I had enough clients to get me like more money so I could try treating it like a full-time or anything like that. Oh God, excuse me.
All right, now I have a question. So, how do you base what you charge for commissions?
How do I price it?
Yeah, what you said was way better.
It's a combination of how long it would take me and how difficult it is. So like my full body is like I charge like full body full color that takes the longest, so I charge like $80 for that.
Good.
But the backgrounds are definitely like the trickiest one because they can vary in complexity or simplicity. So I have to be extremely meticulous when I price that. Not to mention, I need to edit my sheet so I could say that it can increase or decrease in price depending on simplicity or complexity.
That's a fair judgment to start on.
How do you do your commissions? Do you have like an art card? Do you just have people DM you?
I just have people DM me. Should probably try an art card though.
So yeah, that sounds so scary.
It makes you feel more professional, though.
It's not exactly hard for me to keep track of. I pin the messages of whoever's commenting me.
Fair.
Not to mention, whenever I get a new client, I create a new folder for them so that everything is more organized. So that results in a lot of folders.
As long as they're organized, really shouldn't matter, right?
Right.
That's better than I am, so at least that's something.
True.
So, do you accept multiple commissions at the same time, or are you more of a one commission person and then slowly accept more?
Multiple. I can take on multiple at once.
Okay. We've had quite a few artists do, well, a little bit of both. Some people weren't happy taking on multiple and some were. So, it's an interesting
I get
answer.
it. The only time this applied to any kind of stress is when 3 people at the same time wanted long-ass comics, and 2 of them are still not done. I've been working on them for months.
I mean, I hope you're charging them correctly then.
True, like 2 of them cost like nearly $400. They would have been even more if I wasn't having a big sale at the time.
I mean, as long as they know it's gonna take a while, because these aren't like
They did.
processes.
I got one of them out. The client that it was Yamix. He wanted Kawakami booty. He was extremely happy with it.
That's always good to hear.
More Persona 5 fans. Good. So, what's your preferred body type to expand?
Why don't you look behind yourself?
I see a wall. In manga and a lot of movies.
Ass.
Oh.
Yes, that was very much my preference.
Why?
I don't know. I used to be a boob man, strictly, and then it kind of just flipped the other way around.
We can reconvert you.
the-
It's fine.
Maybe it's the clapping cheeks. Maybe it's the clapping cheeks aspect. I don't know.
You can do the same thing with boobs if you fuck them hard enough, or if they're big enough.
Yeah, but they don't have the same sound to them.
I feel like you just aren't trying hard enough.
Are you speaking from experience?
Besides, if I do the front shot, the front side body shot with huge booty, not huge boobie, I can actually draw the damn legs. You got to think about that. Like sometimes, like yeah, you got huge boobie, but like, how the fuck are you gonna draw the rest of the body if they're that big?
I mean, most people don't after past a certain point.
Yeah, it does depend though. Like if you're making a rev sheet, you gotta find like a somewhat reasonable base size for like hyper standards, obviously. But like you gotta make it so that you can at least see most of the body.
Sometimes.
I'll disagree a little bit.
So it sounds like you like your size to be definitely in the hyper range.
Exactly.
Is there any limit for you, or are you no limit kind of guy?
For me to be turned on by, yeah, there's definitely a limit in relation to how big the rest of the body is. But in terms of how I would draw it, absolutely not.
So give me a couple examples. So if we're talking, because you're an ass man now apparently. How big?
Yeah.
How big is too big?
If I can't like see any of the rest of the body like at all, if I'm just seeing like 2 giant ass cheeks and that's literally it doesn't really feel like anything.
All right.
No, I feel that. I definitely feel that.
I was gonna say I feel like we're all in the same boat then, because just 2 big orbs of flesh is kind of like
Pretty much.
useless.
I drew something similar to that once. Like I can actually send it real quick. But like that was because of the way that the character was designed. Like one of my clients, they got like they got an adoptable, like a very very bottom heavy adoptable, and the way that it was originally designed had the ass cheeks like going over the character's upper half. So when I had to do the back shot, like it kind of just looks like a lower half body you just walking around.
All right, I can see that in the photo you sent us. Definitely very, very bottom heavy.
It's extremely, yes. Like, I've done that before, obviously, but, like, it depends on, like, what you're going for. Usually I try and have it so that, like, some of the body, at least the head sticks out.
Yeah, give you an idea of what's going on in the photo. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
God, I'm having fucking Konosuba movie flashbacks.
I've never seen that.
Oh, you should watch. Everyone should watch Konosuba. It's like one of the 10 good isekai. 10.
If you say so.
10, yeah.
10.
Listen, Fucking tired of isekai.
All right, so you're not ashamed to make an ass pretty huge, but too big is definitely covering torso size. That makes sense. How about so it still sounds like you like boobs, but definitely not as much.
No, I still very much like them.
Is there a maximum size for that?
Yeah, same thing as the ass thing.
Got to be able to tell there's a human connected to it.
Yeah, like, though weirdly enough, the boob can get like the very slightest exception. Like, they can go like a bit bigger before I just go like, my erection is gone.
That's a fair statement. I get to that point sometimes. Not often, but I get it. I have. Sorry. I've perused your page a couple times.
Are you both dying?
I don't know.
Stop dying.
No, I think I will pass away.
I guess I'll just take your computer then, since you only have 2 dogs.
Okay.
Wait, you got any Pokemon cards?
No, that's for nerds.
I remember I used to collect those, and then I just stopped. Exact same story with Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And that's because I had nobody to play them with after I went to high school.
That's when you find your local hobby.
It's like
shop.
everybody I played everybody I played Yu-Gi-Oh cards with was in middle school. You know how many of them came to the same high school as me?
Well, that's what you're... Oh, wait, you're still a child. Damn it. I was going to say, just go to your local card shop. And like, wait, you don't have a way to get there.
Yeah, even then, I got baby. Even then, everybody was overprotective. I couldn't go anywhere on my own.
You're 22. You're old enough to do most adult things.
He said when he was in high school.
Oh.
No, that was when I was in middle school. When I went to high school, like none of them came with me, so I just had nobody to play it with.
Yeah,
so I just ended up losing interest because I straight up couldn't keep that interest.
Well, that and the game's too fast, but we ain't gonna talk about that.
What? No, it's not. It's not really that fast. It wasn't hard for us to understand.
I mean,
just
now.
the fact that I had
The game's too fast now.
Oh damn, that sucks.
I'll take your guys' word for it, because I had interest in Yu-Gi-Oh for like 3 years, and then I stopped.
Good.
Same.
How often do you just draw fan art of existing things? Because, like, I feel a lot of people have been not using it as a crux, but, like, they will build up their fan base by just doing fan art and then switching to their OCs, and I'm like, no, show me your OC first. Anyone can draw this character I like, but I want to see what you can come up with.
It's kind of like it's not very often I do fan art, but that's mostly because I'm either doing commissions or I just get a little lazy or extremely lazy. So funny enough, like one thing I did do fan art of was like a fan-made Gigantamax Tinkaton form. Because, well, it's my favorite. It became my new favorite Pokemon right after, but with Groudon becoming second place.
That is an interesting combination.
Yeah, and that's because it can go. That's because Primal Groudon is basically Pokemon's version of Burning Godzilla, and Godzilla is like my absolute favorite thing ever.
All right, I can see the connections there.
Did you watch -1?
Fucking course I did. I think it was too good. It messed with my mom's expectations going into GXK.
Good. GXK is gonna be trash.
Actually, no, it was really fun.
Oh, fun.
Okay, I see what it is.
Fun is not good, but I understand where you're coming from.
Okay, fine. I see what it is. Fuck you.
That's fine.
I will not accept King of the Monsters slander, however. Favorite movie of all time. If you say anything bad about it, I'm leaving the call.
That's fine. I thought -1 was a much better movie.
Well, no shit it is. Like, I know it's objectively better. I just have my preference.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, anyways. That Tinkaton, so, like, I started shiny hunting in Scarlet and Violet, and that became, like, my app, and that, like, a Tinkatink was, like, my first ever successful shiny hunt, and that it became quite special to me, so I made a Pokegirl out of it. Meet Annie.
So, I'm going to say this, and I want you to know I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I am genuinely proud of you for getting that shiny Pokemon, because that shit is hard and tedious.
I would say it's not exactly very hard in the new games, but considering that Dreadnought took an entire fucking month because it was just being so goddamn stubborn, thank you.
You're welcome, but that shit is not for the faint of heart.
No. I mean, there are definitely ways to make it very easy these days, but at the same time, you don't have to. You can choose to make it insufferable. This is simply for those who just who want a shiny hunt but don't have the time to dedicate to the regular methods.
Yeah, for us grown-ups, guys.
But anyways, yeah, I had she also has the same name in my Violet file too. So it's just straight up I took my first ever hunt and turned it into, I guess, call it the mascot. I don't know.
That's fair enough though.
Mm-hmm. So Annie became the one I would draw for OC content from time to time. I mean, I've got a few others, but dear Lord. One of them, my friend Gypsy, he tells me that he has to commission me every now and then to draw my other fucking OCs because I just won't do it.
That is a good friend.
He is a very good friend. He kept my mental sanity in check during lockdown. But anyways, yeah, my other OCs, Gabriel and Diana, their mother and son actually, he had to get me to draw them because I just kept forgetting. Which is weird because they're the first OCs I ever really made with my anime style.
Well, it's good to know your friend shows your other characters loves, even though if you don't all the time.
But at least at some point after that, I did decide to draw Diana on my own, and he was quite happy, to say the least.
You did good, kid.
I sure did. Funny thing is, she and Gabe were actually originally made as Neptunia OCs because I wanted to try and do a silly little fan fiction and try and fix some of the shitty writing these days. But eventually I decided that I could just make their own thing with them, completely separate. Just make them their own thing because they were different enough. I didn't just straight up make them Nep characters. I made them kind of similar-ish, but not exactly. Do either of you know how CPUs work?
CPUs, as in the computer
yes.
CPUs? Sort of.
Oh, God, no. You're not going to get what I say then. I mean, Neptunia fans will, but I guess, the best way I could summarize it is, the goddesses, CPUs, in the Nep games, to me, they feel more like they're made of, code than anything because everything is so technological there. But, the ones I made, they're not like that. They're more flesh and bone. I wanted to just make them more relatable to the average person, which is why, my characters can actually, be prone to regular sicknesses and shit. Broken bones, stuff like that.
Okay, so you characterized them. Okay.
Yeah. And everybody that I've introduced them to really likes them.
Yeah, that's good.
It is.
I just draw them some more. That's all.
I was going to say, recent art culture. A lot of people seem to gravitate towards OCs more than fan art at this point.
Well, that's pretty neat.
At least from what I've seen.
I want to say it's still 50-50.
You think so?
Yeah, because a bunch of people I know are still here's my character, and everyone's
Then you'd be oh, here's a funny Peach Daisy, and then 50,000 likes. You're welcome. You get the joke.
Yeah, the Peach Daisy is only really relevant because her game came out, I think.
No, I was just using that as an example because it's extremely popular Rule 34 content. I still need to get Showtime.
Do you?
Yeah, I want to play it.
Is there not a demo?
There is, but I'd rather just get the whole game. I want to play the whole game.
Braver man than me.
I respect it, though.
I just want a fucking Godzilla fighting game.
That's Rampage. The fighting game.
No.
They already did that.
No.
Bad.
It has to be a Godzilla fighting game with Godzilla in the name. We haven't had one for 10 years. I mean, there's Gigabash with a 4-character Godzilla DLC, but and that's really cool. But at the same time, we just need a Godzilla-focused fighting game. Just play all the monsters from the Godzilla franchise, both Japanese and American versions, except the '98 one. We don't count that one. That one's atrocious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, getting us slightly back on track. Outside of just breast and butt expansion, I think scrolling through your Twitter, I noticed some Giantess stuff, if I'm not wrong.
Giantess? Yeah, that's kind of been developing over time. Like, it is pretty cool. I do like it. But it also just makes me start to question, like, how the fuck do they even do this? Like, how do you survive in space when you're growing that much?
You just have your own atmosphere at that point. That's at least my headcanon when I see people drawing characters that large. But personally, I'm not a huge Giantess fan. I like to call myself a mini Giantess fan, where the women are like 15, 20 feet tall. That's my golden ratio, personally.
Golden ratio.
Hey, we all got our things.
Where do you want your art to take you?
I either want to be able to like make enough money to like not only sustain myself for like a full-time job, but also be able to just like, you know, relax, not like stress out too much over it. Like, not like, I don't want it to be like just enough to the point where I have to be like, I gotta work 24/7 or I won't make mincemeat. I want it to basically pay the same as a normal job.
Normal depends on where you live.
Like Oki Opie, they make enough money to just straight up live off of it.
Oh, I know that name, that art style. I cannot think of the art style.
We've interviewed a couple people who actually have made it their full-time job.
Yeah.
I want to say Mr. Retzum
Can't be
and
Cake though. He's also
Bomb are both.
You can't say Cake though. He's also got merch and Twitch.
Had merch. He no longer does the sell thing, which makes me sad.
No, I mean there's like there's quite a few times where Cake ends up putting out merch. One of them was quite recent.
Oh, he's one of those limited run type folks.
Yeah.
Once every 6 years, yeah. I'm just like, it's not. I don't count that.
Actually, no. It's more often than you'd expect.
Sounds like you don't pay enough attention, Suna.
No, because his Redbubble, he doesn't count. His Redbubble doesn't count because he just doesn't upload new designs there. He had a shirt thing and then that stopped. So like he'll start something and he stops it, and I'm like,
I do want to get to the point where like eventually like I can be able to put out some merch stuff and like, you know, not make it limited time. Like I do need to like at least start with something small. So I'm like thinking like stickers maybe. But first I need to figure out who the fuck am I supposed to contact, and how does that even work? How does that even get distributed?
That is a pretty huge step.
When my friend gets hers done, I'll have her send me the information. I'll just give it to you, because that's what she's about to start doing here in a few months. But you know, stickers are super simple.
Yeah, indeed. I just need to think of a few designs.
I would say try to go to conventions, but you'd have to go to adult themed conventions, and
yeah, I don't even know if we have any. I don't even know if we have any here.
You have quite a few because of where you live. They're Texas, because all the other ones seem to be in Texas, and I don't understand.
Well, once I get a car, I'm definitely gonna be able to do this crap. I've already got my permit. Just need to get my license eventually.
That's the first step, though. At least you got that.
It was a first try too. Didn't have to do any retakes.
Well, that's pretty impressive.
So like something I have been trying to do recently is like try and like draw a little more on my own time. But at the same time, my brain isn't just like immense Godzilla brain rot right now because of the amount of content we've gotten lately. It's just a lot of it, and it's not stopping.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with drawing some more safe for work stuff and getting some Godzilla art out there.
I know. It's just dumb that it took me this movie, the New Empire, for me to actually do it. When my favorite movie ever made came out 5 years ago.
What movie was that?
King of the Monsters.
I've seen -1, and that's it.
Well, damn, you got introduced to a good one.
Yeah, that's where I'm gonna stop. It's like I've hit the top. I've hit the ceiling. I'm good.
You might also like Shin Godzilla. That one's also really good. In fact, I've got a friend who prefers it over Minus.
I can't even say that's crazy because I haven't seen Shin Godzilla. So, sure.
I'm just gonna tell you right now, Shin Godzilla is pretty freaky.
Is that the one Anno directed?
Is that the one with the transformations?
Like
Okay, that's what I thought. Definitely an interesting concept.
And a pretty freaky one.
I can respect it, though. I feel like it's a different direction than most Godzilla movies.
Oh, yeah. Damn, 2016, shit.
Yeah, 2016.
Old, god damn.
By the way, I showed my girlfriend the King of the Monsters movie. She's not even a kaiju fan, and she liked that one. Like, she just could not be interested at the start, but as it went on, she got more and more interested.
Well, everyone loves a good fight.
Mm-hmm. Not only that, she actually got interested in the other of the people characters.
Oh, that's rare.
It is. It's called being cultured.
No, they make the humans really shit in all the Godzilla movies.
In most of them. You kind of got to cross your fingers that they're good. But you know what you can always count on?
What's that?
What's that?
Fetish content. Not relating to the monsters. No. God, no.
I mean...
Hey, I have seen some interesting things.
Unfortunately, I have too.
Unfortunately?
And yes, unfortunately. There are some that I really wish I didn't know about.
No. You gotta love it all and appreciate everything.
Yeah, I know. It's just,
No.
dear Lord.
No.
There are...
You can look at it and go, that's not for me.
There.
It's cool, but it's not for me.
Yes, there are some that I just, like, I can't take it. No. Not definitely not for me. I hate it.
I wouldn't go that far, but...
So I take it then that there are commissions that you won't take on if a client asks for something specific.
I do have rules on what I won't do.
What are some of the top won't do's?
A solo male lewds, because that just makes me uncomfortable if there's not a chick to accompany them. Mind break because
drawing men is hard.
Mind break because bad ends fucking suck.
Oh, so you're in that camp? Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, it just messes with my mood.
That's fair.
So I'm gonna tell you what I heard. Just because it's mind break doesn't mean it's bad or it's a bad ending. Because sometimes the mind break is good, and you're like, you did it. You made your girlfriend happy and proud of you.
Yeah, but you're still messing with them. That's my thing. Like I don't like
just
that.
Become addicted to your dick. That's all.
Oh, shut up.
Any other particular fetishes or kinks you would avoid or want to avoid?
For scat, gore, vac shit. I don't like the NSFW violence because there is that kind of art.
I have seen that side of the internet, and I definitely
worry like you've got like folks. You got like big old titties, but at the same time you're like shedding a lot of blood. Like it's just gross. Like it doesn't work for me. No.
Yeah, violence is definitely not for everybody. That seems to be very niche.
Sometimes I question what the hell sets me apart from other artists, because like a lot of people are much better than me. Some don't charge as much as me, and like it makes me like question like what is it about me that people like? Like what?
That's the $1 million question that everyone asks themselves.
I guess part of it is
we ask ourselves that.
Everybody asks themselves that.
At least your art has value in that you have a community that likes your stuff.
True.
Man, what the fuck is that like?
True.
Plus, you're young. You're 22. You've got plenty of time to get even better at your craft.
I think one of the things I noticed that does set me apart is not the art itself, but rather how I behave online. Because like I've noticed that some artists tend to keep their DMs mostly to just commissions and stuff, really. But like me, nah, you can just talk to me about anything you want, really. Like I am very, very talkative.
I was gonna say you definitely seem a lot more social and outgoing than most artists and authors we've had on the show so far, and most that we've tried to reach.
Damn, really? Well, like no, duh. Like half of this podcast hasn't even been about the art. It's been about my fucking interests. Like what the hell?
Hey, you haven't listened to enough of our
We've
episodes.
done a bunch of artists before. So
speaking of art. So like I used to have this really shitty laptop that I would do my arts on, and it would like lag quite a bit. So I had to be very careful and save extra often in case it crashed.
I feel like everyone who creates has gone through that process of you start on something bad and you work your way up.
Yeah, I had to save up like when at some point, like when I finished one of my semesters at community college, my mom got me a new drawing tablet as a congratulations gift. Because like I used to use like a very like small like little drawing pad thing. It's one of those ones that doesn't have a screen. But then my mom got me one that has a screen. I think it was a Huion Canvas 13. So then over the summer, I worked my ass off and saved like $2,000 to buy myself a gaming laptop. I still have it to this day. It is phenomenal.
At least you spent money on a good thing then. And got something that'll help you with
Oh, very good thing. I do not regret this purchase at all. I remember my dad telling me, like, why not just save up for, like, a PC? And I'm like, because I need to take this thing anywhere.
Okay, no, that's fair. Because I'm like, $2,000 for a a laptop. I'm like, God damn, my computer didn't even cost that much.
This shit can run Bendy into Dark Revival without lagging on high settings.
I'm old. I don't know what that means.
It's a very graphic intensive game, and I can run it without lag.
That's fair.
My old laptop couldn't run Minecraft anymore.
Oh, goddamn.
Yeah.
That would be a little rough.
Yes, though part of that was because of how much new content there was. But even then, I had to minimize some of the settings. So yeah. Anyways, last November, the Huion tablet started suddenly just kind of crapping out on me because, like, vertically, the middle of the screen was just not working. Like, my pen, when I was trying to draw on it, the cursor would just jerk back and forth between the left and right, but it wouldn't go smack in the middle.
That would be bad for an artist. That's a little important.
Yes, it would. And I would have had to stop drawing if I didn't get an iPad right before that. Yeah, like right before that shit happened, I got myself an iPad and an Apple Pen and, IBIS Paint. So, despite the fact that I had to put the comics on hold and stop using Clip Studio for a while, I could still take commissions because I had a backup like right before that happened. They just couldn't be ones that were already in the works.
What do you do all your art in now?
Oh, Clip Studio Paint EX.
Wait, since when is it EX, or is EX a special version?
Pro is the normal. EX has animation features.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that also subscription based, or is it a one-time fee?
Oh, I did the one-time fee one. Just like I don't upgrade past Filmora 12 because they're gonna make me do a subscription fee.
All right. So as an artist, how does that impact you? Because I know if you're making enough money, the subscription shouldn't really matter. But I feel like for other people who are just enthusiasts or hobbyists, it's like a huge turn.
Because it just feels like unnecessary money going. Because it just feels unnecessary. Like, I don't need, like, one, I don't need the extra features they're putting out, and two, I already have their one-time payment versions. Like this, the Clip Studio cost me like $200. Filmora cost me almost $100. Why the hell should I pay them more?
Yeah, that's my problem with Photoshop right now.
That's my problem with all Adobe software. They force you to use the subscription service, and they're all yearly too. I can't pay monthly.
Really?
At least I think so. Like, I know Amazon Prime forces you to do a yearly plan. I know that's technically cheaper, but I would rather pay $12 a month than $100 a year.
And you can stop whenever you want in case something happens. Yeah, no, I feel that.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't think about it that way. I respect it.
Yeah. Anyway, so I asked my mom for a new drawing tablet for Christmas because, again, the old one broke. So we looked online and we got me an XP Pen Artist 13.3 Pro, and it is so much better. For one, it actually does what it's supposed to, and that's be its own display. I don't have to, like, because with the Huion, I had to duplicate display between the laptop screen and the tablet screen, or else the cursor would just snap to the laptop screen.
That sounds terrible.
It does, and there was no way to fix it. With the XP Pen, however, I can actually do the triple monitor setup I want. So that means I have Discord on my laptop screen, I have OBS on my extra monitor, and then I have Clip Studio on the tablet, in which I can actually use it right now.
Well, that's what I call multitasking.
Yeah. Actually, why the hell haven't I been doing that this whole time? I should have been drawing while we were talking.
So for content creators, they will very often try to do the I will talk to chat and draw, and they just can't, except for like a select few of them. How difficult is that?
For me, it's honestly not that hard. Like when I stream on Picardo, like I do put on stuff while I draw, but at the same time I do pay attention to what the chat is saying, and if I have anything to say, I will say something.
So are you sitting there silent until someone says something, or do you start the conversation?
Sometimes I start it, sometimes someone else starts it. It depends.
Okay. Yeah, because an artist, I like always silent. There's no mic. You can see his hands move, so you know it's not AI. And I'm like, it's fine,
I don't.
Man, just speak. We just want to hear your voice. And he's like, nah. I'm like, all right, well.
I've only done mic on Picardo like a single time, but even then, that's not the only way you could hear my voice. Like, I have YouTube. I showed you a link to one of my vids that has the mic on it. You know my mic
Yeah,
quality's
the Mario
good.
Kart. Yeah.
Yeah, like I sound good right now, right?
Oh yeah.
You sound good through Discord. Let's see what OBS has to say. Wait, not OBS. What Audacity has to say later.
Audacity, huh?
'Cause,
I use Filmora.
Like, I sound lower in Discord than I do in Audacity, and I'm like, well, I know how to fix that.
Good thing
so.
sound balancing exists.
So yeah, audio is hard.
Yep, it definitely is.
When did you realize you could start making money with your art?
I think 2018, 2019-ish, so either, like, at the very least, like, when I was 17.
All right.
What happened?
What happened? I honestly don't remember. Sometimes my memory is pretty shit.
I mean, at least you remember when you roughly when you started doing commissions, or at least thought you was worthy of commissions.
Yeah. Like back then I was like charging extremely low because I was, just starting out and I was kind of bad. Like,
I mean, everyone has to start out sucking at some point.
but still, at least I'm at the point where like I can actually charge people, but at the same time I don't want to like rip anybody off. So I'm trying to fiddle with my prices so like I feel like I'm trying to like think of like fiddling with my prices constantly to make sure I'm not overcharging or undercharging.
Yeah, I do feel like finding that.
Fucking
like,
Chris Nickel. I forgot to bring up Chris Nickel.
Is that another artist?
that's a name.
Okay.
What do they do?
They're more like in the like they're kind of in a similar field, but I don't think I've seen them go as big as me. But they're definitely dramatically more popular. I mean, Christ, they were even like selected to do that weird like fuckable body pillow promo thing like Silent Cyan was.
Oh, I remember that. Some of the artists I know took that, and I'm like, why, guys? none of these toys look like your character. And they're like money, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? You're right. Got to get them bills paid.
I respect it.
Wait, I think I have it in this folder. So like there was this. I remember this one post that went around where it was like, your birth month determines how many people hate you. Chris Nichols' birthday is in April because like they made it clear when they posted about that, so only one person hates them. My birthday's in October, so this meme dictates I have the entire human race after me. So I went and made a joke drawing about it, using Annie for myself and Chris Nichols' OC Chloe, and I'm like, at least you don't have the entire goddamn world after you.
And you get used to it.
And they like that art so much that I got the follow, which I was not expecting. But at the same time, pretty damn cool. And I just also generally had fun doing that. Like, I miss doing... I want to do more meme art. I mean, Christ, one of my recent commissions, the client wanted it to be memeable. So, they have this adoptable they got that was, like... That's kind of like... I guess you could call it, like, a computer head. Because they're basically a computer turned into a chick.
Okay.
Except they also wanted a green screen variant on the head so that people could make memes of it.
I mean, hey,
So,
they were thinking ahead, so I give them that.
It was just too gold. It was too good.
Zoodle, you are definitely the most chatty person we've had on. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I've been enjoying this conversation.
I don't know about that.
Well, there's no way I'm the most chatty person. Come on, no fucking shot. I don't believe you.
Yeah, because the last person barely let us speak, and I'm like, well, all right then.
They barely let you guys speak?
Yeah.
Jeez. So you're saying like I gotta get a balance between speaking and letting you guys speak?
Yeah, you've been doing a decent job.
Thanks.
I was like, yeah, we literally both. Well, I literally just woke up, so.
And I'm at the very
Surprising
end of my day. So you're doing a pretty good job of making sure we get some lines
content.
Exactly.
But Gypsy likes to call it content.
Content is always good.
It is always very good. It's also just a funny term, content, and I definitely draw content. I mean, like, Christ, you said you scroll through my media, but that probably also means I spoiled the latest Godzilla movie for you because Jesus Christ, I've been posting crap everywhere.
Lucky for you, I'm not a super big Godzilla fan. I just see way too much content on that stuff, so I know what's happening.
Same.
True.
Same.
The only kaiju thing I'm into recently is kaiju number 8, but that's a totally different ship. Good news is that comes out in an anime tomorrow, apparently. So
Ooh.
That came out yesterday.
Oh, maybe the post I saw was 2 days old then.
So we watched it as a group, and when everyone was excited, and I went, "Yeah, where the fuck is my jobless reincarnation? Like, this is cool. I want to see Rudy." What other fandoms are you a part of?
I do not like to consider myself part of fandoms.
Why?
They can be toxic.
I mean, you don't have to participate in the fandom.
Still, I don't think I engage with them enough to be part of the said fandoms. I just enjoy things.
All right, what else do you enjoy?
I was going to say, well, if you like the thing, you're part of the fandom.
I would definitely be the closest to that one, but still, no. At least I don't... Don't make me question myself!
And we're going to make you accept that you're in the Godzilla fandom.
No! God, no, please! I'm supposed to make fandom free!
I think it's too late.
Okay, time to get back on our topic. The question I've had to myself lately, though, is like, what the hell do I want to do? Like, do I leave this behind and go for a more safe for work territory? Do I adopt the safe for work but keep the not safe for work on the side? Or do I embrace the not safe for work? I mean, basically everybody I know IRL knows what I do.
I mean, you can definitely make a safe for work account so you can keep all the work separated.
I was going to say, yeah.
I could, but at the same time, like, people don't really pay attention to that shit when I post it. They pay attention to the lewds, which obviously makes sense. But I'm kind of hoping, like, I can at least do, like, the occasional funny safe for work drawing and people will like it. Like, I want to draw more Godzilla. I want people to pay attention to that. But at the same time, like, I specialize in titty and assy bitty blah blah.
I was going to say, if you want them to really pay attention to Godzilla, you just got to give Godzilla a pair of boobs.
No!
It must be done.
I'm throwing you a middle finger. I know you can't see it, but that's what I'm doing.
That's a respectable response.
That's the one thing I will not do. I will never do that in my life.
You will never Rule 34 Godzilla?
I would rather sit in a freezer for a whole day than give Godzilla boobs.
Alright, at least you got a line.
Oh, I have lines. Anyways, so, like, I remember, like cake, and then I think it was Amazing Ludes. They called themselves that, MEI. Like, they both got Owenage plush collab things, and I'm like, I want to be able to do that someday, which is really cool. But I realized that I just wanted one for myself, so I started looking for somebody who would be able to make a custom plush of Annie, in which I actually made a ref sheet for it. And then I ended up finding someone in which I would pay them to do it, and I will bring it up later.
At least you found somebody. That sounds like something that would be pretty hard to do.
Yeah, they were extremely enthusiastic to work on it too. They really like Annie. They really, really like Annie's design.
That's good to hear then. I'd always be worried that somebody doesn't like my OC.
You were about to be.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah,
that is
like
a problem for the summer.
Well, I guess.
So where would you recommend people, like, start learning how to draw?
I don't know, honestly. Like, I kind of just ended up teaching myself over time through the most unconventional methods.
Such as?
Like, for one, I kind of just started drawing whatever the hell I wanted. But when I wanted to get into the anime style, like, I kind of just ended up looking at whatever the hell was nearby and then thinking pointy head, big eye, and then doing that. And, like, at some point I went for a more angular style because of literally exactly one picture I saw because of how the head was positioned.
I mean, that is anime right there.
Yeah, but, like, still.
Pointy angled and then
but
soft
still,
where it needs to be.
It's just, jeez. And then eventually I actually tried to get into a more proper style, making everything more, correct and real, I guess-ish. But then eventually I got sick of that, so I decided to round things out a little more. So now I don't, like, instead of drawing the fingers with 3 joints, I kind of draw them a little more rounded with just 2 joints, kinda. Unless it's called for 3, like forming a fist.
Okay, so you shaped up your anatomy. Okay.
Yeah, I do that a little. I don't really define the toes very much. Like, they're definitely difficult. Like Jesus Christ, why do hands and feet gotta be so hard?
Listen, listen. That's the one thing. Listen, the AI can't figure it out. We barely figured it out, so it's fine.
Look. I asked for a Fuda's cock to be hard, not their fingers.
That's a fair statement.
And yes, I also draw that. I don't draw it as much, unfortunately, like I would like to, but people here don't know. People here actually don't know I do that.
Well, now if anybody listens to this episode...
Why? Are you ashamed of it? Or, like, you just don't have time?
I don't need them knowing.
Well, like you said, nothing's getting cut from this episode, so now they will.
I'm the editor, but sure.
He doesn't know that we might cut stuff.
I heard that.
Not if he cuts it, you didn't.
Nice.
True.
Is there anything else I want to discuss? I guess, like, one last thing I really want to say is that, like, I don't know, like, I do want to get big and I want to be a professional, but at the same time, I don't know what speed to take. Like, am I going too fast? Am I going too slow? What am I doing?
I don't think there's a such thing as going too fast, because I literally have a friend who blew up in 2 days because he drew has-been hotel characters as the show was coming out.
Lucky them.
So,
Meanwhile, I'm sitting here struggling.
One thing you can do is always ride the wave of popularity.
I don't really do that because, like, that is something I could talk about. I don't really I don't really follow trends that much when it comes to art because it feels cheap, and then there's times where I just don't feel like it, and then other times I've got something else in mind. Like the one I did with the Chris Nickel thing, that was too much of an opportunity to pass up, though. I just couldn't help it.
I mean, to be fair,
like, that was a good one.
Hotel characters are pretty hot.
I haven't seen enough of it, but like I can't agree that they are pretty cool.
Oh no, wait. I was at a convention. Dell took a bunch of pictures, so I think I know Charlie, I know the wolf, I know Charlie's dad, and Charlie's girlfriend.
Faggy, huh?
Past that,
I'm sure you saw a few of
the radio.
That's
demon?
Alistair.
I'm sure
he's pretty funny. I like him.
I feel like you had to have seen at least one Angel Dust.
Which one is that?
The fuzzy-chested.
Yeah, there were a few.
Yeah, I was gonna say that one and Charlie seem to be the most popular I've seen. Oh, and you probably saw a couple.
Alistair's got a pretty funny quirk to him. I like how his voice is super high radio filtered, which he can apparently choose to turn off if he wants. But he also literally cannot be seen on TV because he just breaks any recording device that tries to get him.
That I did not know. Good to know, though. I'm surprised you didn't see any Looter Adams stuff. Suna.
I don't know who these people are. Listen, I was
both are angels.
I've seen a
job
bit of
and get free shit.
I've seen a bit of Has-Been Hotel lewd stuffs, but very little.
Actually,
not very little.
But
dang, you lucky. But even then, like, the stuff I saw was fairly tame, so I guess I'm also lucky.
So, like, my problem is when we recorded this, it's the beginning of April, and like every day a new show I've been waiting years for has finally come out. So I've literally just been watching anime. That's it. I put down Final Fantasy VII to go anime. Also, there's a Twitch event happening, and I'm like, well, there goes my free time.
But anyways, I think that's all for now, and I really hope I provided enough funny stuff and actual, like, good art info about myself that doesn't make this feel like it was a waste of time.
But yeah, do last call, because I have an idea that I messaged
well,
you
Snoodle, I believe you said you've listened to at least one episode, correct?
Yeah, the Fibulous one.
All right, so you kind of know what last call is. For any new listeners out there, though, last call is where we host and the guest give any final thoughts for the night. Suna, we'll start with you. Any last thoughts or questions coming to mind?
No.
Personally, I think you stink pretty well. Snoodle, do you have any last thoughts?
Well, I guess I do want to say that I would like to help other smaller artists get bigger as well. It's just a matter of the fact that I myself also want to get big, and I'm not sure how to divide my time. Because I am quite bad at time management.
That is always the ultimate question. But to hopefully send a few more people your way, where can folks find you at?
They can find me on Twitter, at snoodle_arts. There's also my main account linked in that bio at snoodle_juju. There's actually my YouTube channel that's actually linked in my Safe for Work account's bio. I guess there's Deviant Art, both Snoodle Juju and Snoodle Arts. Hang on. Yeah, I think one of them is called JPizza555. That was my original username. I forgot about that. Before I thought of the Snoodle name, I used to go by JPizza. Holy shit! I haven't thought about that name in years.
I'm glad we could flash back for you.
Oh my lord! And then I like don't even look at my Deviant Art anymore. I know it's DeviantArt, but I say Deviant because fuck everybody else. I come back to check on it every now and then, and I see a massive blow up in notifications because I just don't check anything.
All right, so most places it sounds like you are Snoodle_arts, except for DeviantArt.
Yep.
Where you are what pizza?
J Pizza, but I think I know I have two DeviantArt accounts. That's the thing. Because one of them is J Pizza, the other is Snoodle Arts.
Okay. Just making sure we got
J Pizza 555 specifically. That was the one I made before I even got into anime.
All right, just making sure
and that's where you can find some of my older, more mediocre, more cursed works. Oh dear lord, people are going to have fun scrambling down a rabbit hole that I don't want to touch right now.
All right. Well, I'm glad we got all your links and places you can be found straightened out. As for us, if you're listening to us, you've found us somewhere. But you can listen to us anywhere you listen to a podcast. A couple examples being YouTube Music or Apple Podcast. But those are just the more popular options. Outside of that, you can always find our Twitter, The Lusty Lounge, our Facebook page, The Lusty Lounge, or even join our Discord at The Lusty Lounge. All great places to find what we've been doing, as well as talk to new folks in our community.
You guys use Facebook for that? Ew.
That one's a really old one, but people still find it.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ. The only reason I have Facebook is because one of my classes straight up forced us to make one. Same goes for Tumblr.
We're old.
Oh,
It happens.
yeah, we are old.
If you would like to pay us for your time, we do have a Ko-Fi that you can donate to. Even $1 is always appreciated. But even a listen, a like, a comment, 5-star rating if that's something Apple still does, is all wonderful. And thank you all for listening, and I hope you have a good night. Don't let this door slam on your way out.
Just make sure you leave it covered in white stuff, that's for sure.
Please don't do that. Suna, Snoodle. Tell everybody goodbye.
Okay, bye. Bye.
Bye.